Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's episode of Swan Song Stories. This is week number 3 of our Fotenhauer Fun Adventure. And we have a prison riot to get to, but before we do that, it's important to do the traditional round. Now, we're 1 hour shy of the normal amount this time, so we'll try to keep the Avengers talk to a minimum. But I did want to ask Geoff, I noticed you've been playing a little of that Darkest Dungeon.
Oh, man.
What do you think, man? Because you're a diehard XCOM RNG like brutality guy. So how you feeling about Darkest Dungeon?
I absolutely, obviously, I'm coming in super late on the hype train. Everyone was talking about it and having a good time with it. I didn't actually watch a whole lot at all. I watched like a person do a room and was like, okay, looks cool. But obviously, it's way deeper than that. Love it. Really, really love it. It walks a very fine line. The RNG can absolutely fuck you, but not the kind where like you're 30 hours in and just like out of nowhere you're done. It's not like that. It's got a lot of forgiveness to the RNG. So yeah, maybe you'll lose a character, maybe a run will come crashing. Not a run like the entire campaign, but like that dungeon in particular, maybe you get shut out of it from just sheer RNG. But to be honest, it is wild, but it's not so wild that it feels like you have no control over it. And I don't know, maybe I'm not strategizing very well.
How different is that from, say, XCOM, too? Because you guys talked about that a lot.
Yeah. XCOM's numbers are a lot more like, can you miss a 95%? Yeah, but it feels very much so like you're not going to miss that 95% as often. Whereas in this game, it's like, there's a collector, and you just didn't need him there at that time. Your people are all freaking out. The stress is through the roof. This is really bad that he just walked in at that moment in time. That kind of thing. But as I was saying, like I think there's enough different class rotation. There's enough different kind of monsters. The scaling's really good. It's just a very solid, well put together game, and I'm really enjoying it. And what I like too is I'm not quite a variety streamer per se, but I would say I'm like a strategy streamer. So the people that watch me really enjoy it as well. And when everyone's having a good time, it makes for a really good stream. So I'm just in love with the game.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice seeing you play it because I know that like when I played it, and I've seen around the internets when people are playing it, everybody's like, "Oh man, Jeff's got to play this game. Jeff's got to try it. He's gonna love it." So it's nice when that is true. Because I felt like you'd probably be into it. Yeah. The aesthetic is amazing too. Hey, like
yes,
the whole like package is very nicely done.
The narrator has an incredible voice. The audio team in general, just all the sounds are very, very pleasing, and it's obviously fairly simplistic art, but it's just like very punctual, very decisive. So it just makes it feel more action packed than, of course, it absolutely is. It's just, swing, hit. Like it could be really lame, but it's really well done. So,
yeah, I was talking.
Or something?
Sorry, Kaitlyn?
Was there an update or something?
They've been pretty good about their updates. Yeah.
Right?
Oh,
and also officially released like within the last few months or something.
Oh, so it was in beta before.
Yeah, it was in early access for a really long time because it was one of the first games I ever streamed, and then that was like about a year or so before it came out, like for real. But they've updated it since, like they add new classes and working on like adding new dungeons and stuff, which is really cool.
Yeah, I would just tell people like a lot of people that have been watching with me and stuff like that, they have then gone back and played it. Like it's just, if you haven't played it, I don't think it's a very expensive game. I can't remember. It was actually gifted to me, so I'm not sure, but I don't think it's $60 or something like that. It's just you'll get a solid 20 plus hours out of this game, and you will enjoy it if you like strategy games. So I cannot recommend it enough. It's awesome.
Yeah, I was at an event because the team Red Hook they're here in Vancouver, and I was at an event. I was talking to one of the devs, and they were saying how one of the kind of drawbacks of having such a deeply aesthetic game is that for their next game, they're not sure whether to make like a brutal strategy game or like a creepy Lovecraftian game. They have these two really strong things, but you can't use them both again, which I think is interesting. But that's, I guess, the price you pay for being like really intense about one specific kind of game. Yeah. It's like $20-$25 depending on your local currency. If you live in Canada, it's like $1,000. But
as is everything. And just a final note on what you just said too. The Red Hook guys too they seem super awesome and really kind. Like they were in the chat and they've been tweeting and just like very supportive. Like again, every feeling and vibe and every interaction I've had around the game has been mega positive. So I just consider me the poster boy or whatever for this game. I cannot encourage people enough to play it. It's so cool.
They did a promotional event or something for a bunch of streamers, like a lot, like 400 or something, where they made custom like stream alert sounds for them with the voice actor guy from the game. They've got a little pack, and I'm still using mine. They're awesome. They're really cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, super fun game. It's nice to see that it's still like getting lots of attention.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Well, Wheat, what have you been up to? There was like some kind of there was some kind of event you were at, or some
E3,
San Francisco Business Con, maybe.
Recovering from, like, I think sickness. I actually got sick on day 1 of E3 and left about 3/4 of the way through, and then was gone all day Wednesday, sweating in my bed. And ever since, I've just kind of had that residual, like, I'm not quite sure what's wrong. There's some sort of
I think there's like a medical term for that. You have malaise. I think that's the thing. It's like you just feel like shit.
Yeah, I had felt like shit. So in that, I've had a chance to kind of chill at home and watch television and catch up a little bit. And so I've been watching Orange is the New Black, and I finally finished House of Cards season 4, and I'm catching up on all my other shit like Preacher and Game of Thrones and everything else. So TV's been good, and that's at least been numbing me from any pain or suffering that I'm going through as I am partially sick. So
just immerse yourself in the medias. Well, I mean, how are you feeling about the new season of Orange is the New Black? I watched the first few episodes, but I totally forgot it was coming out, and then
I love it. I love the show. The show, it to me got so much better the moment that they started going and doing the flashbacks with all the inmates, and it reveals so much. And they started that in season 3. They had a few Piper flashbacks, but it was all Piper, right? And now it's like you are learning about everyone. And I don't want it to end, honestly. I could watch, I think, 3,000 seasons of this show.
Why do you love this shit so much? You're like,
you know what? It has first off, Kenji, right? Who is the creator of the show?
Is he the weed? Is that the Weeds person?
Yes. Okay. And like if you've seen Weeds, it's the exact same thing. Although I think Weeds, like, no pun intended, but it grew a little bit out of its own britches. Like, it had a good thing going on, and then it got a little too crazy. Where it's like this is at least like it's not escalating necessarily in the same way that Weeds did. There's a certain charm about it. It's so good. It's hilarious. It's frightening. It is touching.
Here's a little bit of Genji Cohen trivia I just found out for you. Got her start writing episodes of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
No shit.
It's a good show.
Wow.
Yeah, first job in the industry was with Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Wrote 1 episode of. There you go.
I like Orange is the New Black, but I don't know. It's like it has intriguing arcs, but it feels like one of those shows that's going to kind of go down the same path of like, how many times can the story be about Piper fucking up her relationships, or is she's like sexually confused, like they're gonna rehash that a 3rd or 4th time?
She's like, who cares, Geoff? Because she's like fucking 20% of the show now.
Yeah, what's making the show good, and I think this goes to your point, Weed, is that it's less and less about her because she's the least interesting thing in the show. So making it a little more like troop based and being able to be like, okay, we're gonna focus on this one character and her shit for this episode makes it so we don't all have to sit through boring.
Although I don't know how far you are, Geoff, but some like a couple.
I haven't watched the new season. I watched everything else.
Oh God, there is a fuck up from Piper, as you mentioned, that is like it has to be the funniest, most uncomfortable thing that you could possibly imagine, and it's fucking hilarious. Well done. Well done. And I'm not done yet. I'm only on like seasons or episode 7, but I kind of wanted to chill a little bit because I don't want to stop watching it. So
Yeah.
I did go see Finding Dory, and I have to say that I think that they did a pretty fucking fantastic job making a sequel from Finding Nemo. And not only did they tie it really well into the first movie, I mean, aside from like all the characters, but in the timeline, they tie it in, like other than fucking everything, they tie it in super awesome in this like kick-ass way. And then
it's the like the dark like post-apocalyptic reboot of Finding Nemo, right? It's N3M0. He's a cyborg.
no.
Man,
Although
I've
there
been
is some
misled
dark
by the
shit.
I am glad to hear that they had the timeline figured out, though, because that was a huge concern for the second.
Oh, Jeff, you
Trying
are
to untangle
you
the
are going to
Finding
be like,
Nemo
I can see.
canon.
Oh, you're being a dick. You're being a fucking dick.
Wait. How like
Is there like Nemo message boards where you guys are like, Jesus Christ, if they fuck up the timeline, man, this is all over. Like, I don't even know how I can watch it.
Yeah.
It was unexpected, right? Because I'm just like, oh, this takes place after, after fucking Finding Nemo, but they tie into the story of what is happening into fucking Finding Nemo, and you're like, that's fucking awesome. So yeah.
Spoiler warning: Nemo turns out to be a Targaryen.
do you enjoy the voice acting in that week? Because like I heard an ad for Finding Dory, and I couldn't tell the difference from the Ellen DeGeneres show. Like it just sounds like her like reading lines. Like
Yeah, I think it's all well. Ed O'Neill plays Hank the octopus, and he's fucking awesome. I don't know.
Well, isn't that the eternal like struggle of the animated film, right? Like if you get an actor that is famous outside of the movie, you want them to sound enough like themselves so that people would be like, I recognize that voice. Because if you get voice actors, their whole thing is to not sound like their own voice.
I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just a little fucking kid in an old man's body, and fucking, I'm like, Dory.
I think you are.
like it?
A little bit of that.
Because I totally disconnect. I'm just like, it's fucking Dory, and she's a blue tang, and she forgets shit all the time. She's looking for her mom and dad.
Your childlike glee is
If
so
you like that, you should check out Land Before Time, dude. It's a little bit older, but it's just got
Nah, man.
good
Actually, Jeff,
continuation of the
I
storyline.
know that
Listen,
people hold Land Before Time in high regard, but fuck that shit, man. If I want dinosaurs,
Jeff.
I'm gonna watch fucking Jurassic World. Am I right, Jeff?
Get out of here! Get the fuck out of here!
Jeff, the thing about Land Before Time is that Wheat goes to the movies to escape his own life. He doesn't want to be reminded of his childhood friends by going to see this film.
Okay.
So it's important, he's not friends with.
Well, real quick on a movie note, by the way, I did see Nice Guys, by the way, and if anyone hasn't seen that, get your ass out and go see it now. It's funny, it's well acted, Wheat will love this. The timeline for the movie is very continuous. It's extremely on point. The director that did Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, which is another movie that is, if you haven't seen that, you need to rent it. It's obviously not in theaters, but that's one of the best. It's so good. It's just such a great movie.
I heard that it's really good, but no one's seeing it. Even though it's like super new idea, like really well acted, just no one's going to see it.
Because it doesn't have a fucking talking fish that forgets shit.
Yeah, people don't like new intellectual property.
I forgot.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Who is in that again?
Russell Crowe and Ryan Gosling. It's just they're like two guys trying to solve a crime essentially, and it's just a very well done movie.
Cool. Yeah, I didn't even know. Like, I think I vaguely remember seeing a trailer for it months and months ago, and I didn't even know it was out. So
it's been out for like, let's say, going on 3 weeks. So if you want to see it, you got to kind of rush out or just rent it. But it's not like it's not Avatar. You don't need to see it in theaters, but it's just a very good movie. If anyone's seen a movie, and you don't have something to see, go see that.
Avatar is the one. That's what you're gonna throw out there. You have to see it in theaters.
I think seeing it in theaters is very different from seeing it at home. I think everyone would agree with that, right?
I mean, you could have filled in 1,000 movies there, but you chose Avatar, Jeff.
I see what Jeff is getting at, that there's some movies that should be seen in the theater, if at all. So Avatar's it's a choice. It's a choice that could be made.
Not to push the dagger into
Finding Dory, man.
Not gonna take it too hard when you don't find Avatar a good movie experience in particular.
No, I know. Like, I was mad that I didn't see The Revenant in theaters after I watched it at home.
Yeah.
And The Witch, which is now on iTunes. Adam was the first one to at least turn me on to it. Good fucking God, is that a good movie? If you like horror at all.
I've seen it 2 more times since it was in the theater. So good.
So good.
The Conjuring 2 has actually been
getting good reviews.
Getting good reviews.
There you go.
Conjuring was good. It was actually really scary. So I'm not surprised. The second one's probably pretty good.
Can I? Sorry, I'll be real quick.
I mean,
I saw the trailer for it. I totally forgot that this was a thing, but it is a thing. But HBO is making Westworld the TV show, and I don't know if you've ever seen the movie, but it's one of my favorites. It's fucking amazing, and I'm really excited about that.
Which one?
that one with Will Smith in it.
No,
Oh,
Westworld. It's got Yul Brynner and what's the other guy's
Like
name?
a giant steampunk spider.
And it's about a futuristic place, like amusement park, if you will, that has a Roman land, English land, and a Western world. And these two guys go to Westworld, and when they go, a computer virus at the time is 1973 infects the shit and the androids and start freaking out. And Yul Brynner like kills his friend, and then he runs away, and he's being chased by Yul Brynner the whole time. And
Yul Brynner's that dude that was in The King and I, right?
Yes. Yeah. And he makes a really creepy ass android cowboy that wants to kill everyone. Sweet.
There you go. Famed actor Yul Brynner as a cyborg cowboy, or someone who fights cyborg cowboys.
Yep.
Sometimes explaining the premise of a film just doesn't do it justice.
You're right, but that movie was also one of the first films to use like almost 2 minutes of digital footage, if you can imagine that. And when Yul Brynner like looked when they showed you his vision, it was like the first time that a movie had ever pixelized anything. Like they actually filmed it.
Oh, the like Terminator vision thing.
Yes. It's a cool movie. Anyway, sorry. Done.
There you go.
I'll be over here.
Cool. All right. Well, Kaitlyn, I know you've been playing Metal Gear and playing Star Wars with me. So it hasn't been that long since the last time I talked to you.
When I was a kid, I loved those stupid Land Before Time movies so much. Like so much to the point where like me and my friends would pick one that we were. I guess it was like Sarah Ducky. I don't remember what the Brontosaurus was called. But like I was like real young. I was like 4 years old. But I actually liked that. But like I don't know about now. You know, when you're like 4 years old, it's all right. It's all right.
4-year-olds don't know shit about movies.
No, they don't.
4-year-olds should not be film critics. We can all agree.
I believe they aren't.
Yeah. Though I bet you a TV or a YouTube channel that was just a 4-year-old doing film critique would be pretty fucking funny. So
That's true.
Oh,
Maybe.
and just for kicks, I actually didn't like keep killing Vamp for 9 hours. I was like, okay. I mean, okay.
God damn it, Kaitlyn.
Geoff has a point. I guess I'll like just try. And so like, okay, this is not a spoiler, but I was getting really desperate. I eventually figured it out, but one thing I tried was like, well, Vamp dances. Like maybe his counter is like the iPod, because you have like the iPod in Metal Gear Solid.
No.
Maybe it's not this song. Maybe it's the next song. It was just awful. But then I figured it out.
It's like playing old adventure games. You're just like, use sword on wizard, attack wizard with sword, kill wizard with sword. I don't kill self.
Did you ever play Cross Country Canada? Because that was kind of like
yeah. I played that shit.
What was that?
It was a terrible Canadian kind of like Oregon Trail. You were a trucker and you had to drive from like Saskatoon to Winnipeg.
Wow.
Like an old
we
Apple
had
II.
covered wagons and you had truckers.
Yeah, it was like you had to do like a maple syrup shipment or something from like, Salmon Arm to Red Deer.
I didn't know any of the names. I was so confused.
Yeah.
I only knew Toronto. That was it.
It's because that's all there is.
Time.
That's all there is in Canada. There's Toronto and there's Vancouver and there's a bunch of other shit nobody cares about. Sorry, Winnipeg.
Jury.
That's how it goes. Cool. All right. Well, let's riot. Let's have a. Speaking of Orange is the New Black, everybody, let's get our prison on. So when last we saw everybody, you were all kind of split up, right? Like Mr. Lost, you were at the mercy of your soon-to-be executioners. Mr. Sakarian was getting ready to spring the.
Well, I already did. We left with me slapping the guy with Mr. Fugazi's patch on the hand.
Yep. Yeah. And then Fugazi, you're out in the yard, right? With the hooligans. Okay. So before you do anything, make sure that you're all at full HP because you've had time to like rest since the last time you were hurt and everything. Just make sure you're all ready for the things that are to come. And I guess we can start. You made the medicine roll already, right, Fugazi? You know that was that 10 you have in the.
I believe that's correct.
Okay, cool. So it's an effective drug. I don't think we need to roll for your attack, Mr. Sakarian. I don't think you have to like roll to hit him or anything. But I think gonna make I'll make a save. We'll make a physical effect save to see if it affects him right away or if it's gonna take a little bit. So let's start there. So we see we fade in on the room where Sakarian is like lunging at this soldier. I don't think he has I guess he would have his like pistol on him. He has this like sidearm. He doesn't have like a machine gun or anything, but it's holstered. He's not going for it yet. You've kind of like leapt at him and you slap Fugazi's patch on him. What's your tech medical bonus? Your total bonus?
Tech medical.
No, Mr. Fugazi. You don't have to worry about it. You can grab a guy, no problem, from this distance.
What is my tech medical? Like, what is my skill?
Yeah, like if you rolled it, what would be the total bonus you add to it?
1.
Okay. All right. So we'll penalize his roll by that amount. Okay. So he needs a 14 or better. If he succeeds, it'll be like a time delay. You'll have to probably wrestle with him a little before he passes out. If I fail, oh Jesus!
Oh yeah, big fat 0.
Dude's just gonna have a heart attack and die. He's very sensitive to pharmaceuticals.
Oh crap!
He's allergic, maybe.
Yeah, totally. I think what happens, he goes into anaphylactic shock. I think you grab the guy, jam the patch into his neck, and yeah, he like starts gasping. Yeah, and his his throat starts to close up. His lips start turning blue. He like falls on the ground.
I would like to take his gun then. It'd be like a slap and then go for his gun type of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. So you just yank the gun out of the holster. It's a laser pistol. And he's just like choking and like grabbing at his throat and kind of like staring at you like, what the hell just happened to me? He's got this big plastic like jury-rigged patch stuck to his face.
Well, what's the name of the lady that's in the room with me then?
I think her name was Commander Maru.
Okay. So my plan then is, as you know, we'll see how mechanically it's executed, but the idea is obviously I need to get Mr. Loss out of there, and I'm going to take the gun, put it to her head, and use her as a hostage to get them out of there. Okay,
so she's gonna run for the door so she can like hit the alarm. We'll see if you can grab her before she can get out of the room. But meanwhile, in the yard, Fugazi, this is you and your friend, you and El Tigre triggered the bomb, right?
Yeah.
So out in the yard, the bomb wasn't designed to like blow a hole in the wall or anything, but to cause like chaos and to sort of signal to the other inmates that it's time for riot. So I think that we cut to the prison yard, and bingo day has just been ruined. Like it's a mess. There's picnic tables knocked over, bingo cards everywhere.
I'm sorry, Adam. Can you be a bit more specific? What number were they calling when the explosion went off? What was it like? And
I don't know. I didn't build like a bingo macro.
Oh, 72.
Yeah.
Let me say.
Okay. Sure. What is it?
G69.
69 under the G. It's a 69 under the G. So, and then the bomb goes off, and I think what we see is like all of this from like a very low angle. Like the table tilts over, and these little tiny plastic balls with like numbers on them just go like scattering as we see booted feet running, and they're shouting. And we pan across the yard, and El Tigre is being like grabbed by a couple of guards. There's like fights that have broken out, and I don't think anyone's made it to the like general alarm yet. So there's just sort of like chaos starting to spread. What do you want to do, Fugazi?
Is the general alarm near where?
Yeah, I mean, there's a panel nearby one of the doors where they'd be able to activate the alarm.
Well, I'm gonna kind of I mean, I'm not gonna try to jump in, but what's the guy's name again that I'm with?
You mean your new best
Oh,
friend?
oh, Squirrel. Right. I'm gonna make sure Squirrel's okay. I'm gonna watch out for him. So, I turn to Squirrel and I say, "Listen, the longer we can make sure they don't hit that alarm, I think the better Sicarian will be. So, you stick with me and don't fucking get in any trouble."
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you maybe turn to say that, or you like start saying it, but as you like go to look at him, like he's being dragged off by, like, maybe he was right behind you a second ago, but he's being like dragged off by a couple of troops. Like one of them has recently just hit him in the stomach with his baton, and the two of them are like dragging him off.
Troops, as in like prison.
Yeah, like two of the prison guards. Yeah.
Do I think he heard anything?
Maybe he's like looking around for someone to help him, but he's also just been like punched by the guards. So,
fuck. I didn't make anything for myself.
I mean, you could have the materials. We've been playing pretty fast and loose with that. Like, oh, I must have this. So,
okay, I'm gonna try a different approach.
Okay.
I'm gonna yell, "Oh fuck, that guy has a bomb!" and like point away in like a general direction away from us.
Right, just like add a person to try to get them to scatter.
No, more to try to see if they would hear me and see that I was pointing away.
Yeah, I mean, if you shout, like, there's lots of shouting going on. But if you're shouting to try to get people's attention, that's
all right. Then I begin shouting it and continue shouting it as I make my way over to the guards. Like, there's a fucking guy with a bomb over there. Like, you know, right?
All right, let's have you roll to convince these guards. Let's see how your lying is. And I'm having intense deja vu. That droid's gonna self-destruct. So I think it's a persuasion. Yeah, I'll just be persuade.
All right. Well, fuck persuasion. Based off of int?
Charisma.
Charisma, of course.
Okay. All right. And what's your intent? You want the guards to leave?
I just wanted to leave them alone.
Okay. Well, there's two of them. So one of them does. So as you come running over, you're like, the guy over there, he's got a bomb or whatever. People are like running around. One of the guards, he says to the other guard in Japanese, he's like, keep an eye on this one. And then he runs off past you. And I think as he runs by, he's like, stay where you are, prisoner, and dashes off in the direction that you shouted. So this other guard is just like holding El Tigre by the arm, and El Tigre is just looking like dejected and like, I thought we were gonna escape. There was a bomb. Why am I getting beat on? Help.
I give this guy a good like look up and down. What does he have weapons wise or anything? Like, there's a fucking riot happening right now, right?
Yeah. So the guards in the field don't carry like guns. Only the guards up on the walls do. Just for the reason that they don't want them stolen. But he has like a stun baton, which he is holding in one hand and has used on El Tigre a couple of times. Yeah, and he kind of like meets your eyes and looks at you like, don't try anything. So I'll give you a minute to think about what you want to do.
Okay.
Meanwhile, in the execution broadcast chamber, Mr. Lost, you are handcuffed, I think, and currently kneeling, and the guy with the katana is distracted. Actually, both of them. There's a guy on the camera and the guy with the sword. They get distracted by this like loud sub bass kind of like thump that happens. And there's a short exchange that they have in Japanese.
So the camera is facing away from me on the guy with the katana.
It's got both of you. It's wide enough angle. It's got both of you kind of in the shot, but it's predominantly facing you and then the guy from kind of his shoulders down.
Okay, and the guard's still behind me?
Yeah, he's standing behind you. And then there's this bright light in your face, so you don't really know how many other people are in the room. You can just hear one other voice on the other side of the light.
Is the light shining forwards?
Yeah, it's shining at you.
Okay. I guess I try and lay my head down again.
Okay. So you're just gonna stay still and not cause a fuss?
Well, I mean, he didn't let me lay it down before, so I'll try
Yeah,
again.
he doesn't seem like he's paying attention to you now. Like he's aware that you're there, and if you tried to like get up and run, he would notice. But he doesn't seem really to notice that you're like moving or anything.
Okay. So then when my head's down, I just like I was trying to conceal my tears, you know, like I actually just start crying, and then my demeanor doesn't really change much because I'm like slumped down and I'm slumped over, but I start talking to myself and it's like less rough, you know, it's a bit more eloquent. I start saying things like I wasn't supposed to die yet, you know, I was better, I was good, I was proving myself, I was doing it, I was really doing it, you know, I was here and I could do it. And then it turns to frustration and I just kind of keep mumbling some more, but like low enough so that the camera doesn't pick it up. Yeah, I say again, like I was doing it, just another lost fucking cause.
Okay. So the guy with the sword like hears you like, mumbling and like kneels down next to you and like I think grabs you by the like back of the shirt and like pulls you up and yanks you to your feet and he says in you know heavily accented English he says, you will not die today, and pushes you towards the door, and he like sheaths the sword.
Okay, this thing just like washes over me, you know, I'm just like back to what I was, just like
Right.
all right, you know, someday a day's gonna come though.
Yeah, I think he
Everyone
just
has their day.
yeah, I think he's just like be quiet and like keeps pushing you towards the door. He's gonna try to take you back to your cell. So cut back to Mr. Sakarian. The officer, the Taisa, she's running for the door. She wants to get out of there. You now have a gun, and there's a blue-faced dude dying on the floor. What do you want to do?
Well, I mean, as she lunges, I'm lunging for her, and I'm going to. Is there a very obvious switch on it? You know that she's kind of reaching for.
I think she just wants to get on the other side of the door because if she can get there, then
Seal me
you'll
in.
be locked in the room. Yeah.
Then I go for like a tackle, like a
Okay.
low mid back tackle, and I'm going to put the gun to her head.
Okay. Let's make let's just make an opposed athletics.
Okay.
I got bad luck. I got a 5.
I had dexterity, right?
Yes. Yeah. You can do dex.
So if I have nothing athletics, which doesn't seem right, well, I guess not. But I have a 1 in dexterity. What do I do? What do you want me to roll?
If you have a +1 in dexterity, do you have a 0 or a
Nothing.
or nothing? Okay. So just 2d6. Jesus Christ. Okay.
The hell
Yes.
of a tackle.
Yeah, totally. So you get exactly what you wanted, right? And your plan here was to just like knock her to the ground and get the gun pointed at her?
Well, so I mean, so if she's going for the door, this is going to be like I'm lunging for her, punch to the lower back, try to drop her type of thing, and then pick her up with a gun to her head.
Perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You grab her, drag her to her feet. She's like breathing kind of hard, like you winded her when you punched her. So she's like trying to catch her breath. She seems a little stunned. Now you got her with the gun pointed at her.
Okay. And with the gun to her head, I'm just going to kind of say to her ear, like, we'll be going to the execution room. You will live if you follow everything I say. You will not live if you do not.
Yeah. And she nods and she's like, yes, of course. And she says, to open the door, there's a badge in my front pocket. May I retrieve it?
I do it for her.
Okay. Yeah, you reach in, you pull out. There's a little like plastic like ID card. And you can see the magnetic slot on the door, and you just beep it, and the door clicks open. Cool. Okay. And
just behind her, gun to her head, other arm kind of free, but is like pushing her lower back forward, I guess. But I'm staying very close and just telling her to take me to the room.
Okay. All right. So you start making your way down the hall. Cool. Okay. So outside, Fugazi, what are you doing?
God. Fuck. I don't. So I guess I want to know, around me, are there fights? Like,
Yeah.
I'm
So
thinking, can I potentially maybe try to get some other, make it a 5 versus 1, and
yeah. So
save my buddy?
there's the guards on the ground. There's maybe like a half dozen of them, but they all have stun batons. There are, say, 20 or so inmates in the yard, but they're all like military. They're captured military assets. Some of them are injured, so they're not fighting at full strength. There are guards on the walls with guns, but they can't just like open fire because there's
guards.
There's melee going on. So they'll eventually like bring out the crowd control shit. But for right now, you have time to use some of this. Like, wait, but everybody's kind of like disorganized, right? They're trying to like disable the guards they have, trying to get weapons. You'd have to try to like, if you want to like get some people to come over here and fight this dude, you have to make some kind of like a leadership role or something to like encourage them to fight the way you want. Because right now it's just chaos, right?
Okay, let me see if that's even within my capabilities. Yeah, that -1 leadership. All right.
You gonna try? Or do you have an alternative plan?
I have an alternative plan, Adam.
Okay, what is your alternative plan?
My alternative plan is to attempt to treat Squirrel, because he got a little beat up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is he bleeding at all?
No, I think he just got like whacked in the guts a couple of times.
No. All right, I'm gonna attempt to take a look at my buddy because I think he got hurt.
Okay. And so you're saying that to the guard?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. What do you say to him?
Let me. I saw my buddy Squirrel not only when the shit broke out, but when you hit him a few times. Took a couple blows. If you don't mind, I happen to be a medic, and I'd like to take a look at him. And there's a lot of people getting fucked up out here.
He kind of scowls at you and shakes his head, and he says, "We have our own medics, and he got what he deserved."
You fucking
like he points the baton.
Got your own medics. They're gonna make their way through this shit that's happening right here. Like, is it only a matter of time before these motherfuckers make it to you? I don't see you doing anything other than standing here. There's a guy with a bomb over there.
He points the baton at you, and he's like, "Oh, you want me to do something?" And he like gets in your face, like, "I'm gonna hit you with this if you want some action."
Look, I don't want you to do shit. I'm just explaining the scenarios that exist in front of you. I mean, if you look, there's about one path that I see, and that's either you get the fuck out of here, or eventually these guys are going to overrun you, or one of these guards with the guns up here are going to fucking shoot you because it's going to get crazy, and you're down here, and they're going to be trying to hit the inmates, but they're going to hit you. I'm just saying, not provoking.
Okay. I mean, you can. So, what do you want him to remand El Tigre to your care, albeit temporarily, so that you can like look after him, or you can like make sure he's okay?
Yes.
Because then he can go somewhere safe. Like you're basically telling the guy like, stop worrying about this guy and go away. Because there was that element of like you're going to get shot when the guns come out.
Yes, but if it still allows me to treat him, that's okay too.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he cares about that.
Okay. And yes, if that's what I can get him to do.
All right. Yeah, make that check.
Is this a persuasion check again?
Oh yeah, definitely. If you fail, there's like a non-zero chance the dude's just gonna clock you in the head with the baton.
Oh!
Would you like to use your once per hour reroll? Would you like to take a stun baton to the face?
It does happen to be 6:41, and it might be in my best interest.
It might well be
a secondary roll to see if I don't fucking.
All right, so you realize there might have been like another tack you could have taken, another approach, whatever. But before you can open your mouth to have words come out, you get hit with this baton.
As one would.
So what's your do you have any dexterity bonus?
No, I do not have a dexterity bonus, but I would like to say that the whole time I was talking to you, I did have my hands up in a somewhat, defensive or defenseless.
So he'll hit you in the arms instead of the face.
Yes.
Okay, I just was checking for armor class purposes. Okay, so he takes a swing at you, and let's see how it goes. So you've got an AC of 9 with no armor on. So yeah, you get batoned. So he takes a swing. You're gonna take some regular damage.
You're doing worse than I am.
You take 4 damage.
A stun baton does 1d6. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah. So he takes a swing at you. There's suddenly like you go from the nice like clear, obvious, real world like chaos all around you, the shouting and the smoke and whatever, to just like a blinding white hot light as the baton comes down on the side of your head. You don't get knocked unconscious, but it de-incentivizes you to continue to run your mouth, and to follow that the guard is like he's like, get down, and like points at the ground, and he pushes El Tigre, and being the model prisoner he is, El Tigre immediately like just puts his hands behind his head and lays down face down on the floor.
How close am I? How close am I to like other inmates?
You're within a couple of meters of any other like group of people. It's not a big yard. Everything's all like double vision.
I'm fucking pissed right now. I was non-threatening. I fucking turn around and I go to like the closest inmate. And I'm like, inmates, this fucking pussy bitch over here who just bitch slapped me with the baton is all by himself. Help me get him.
All right. So there's two guards or two prisoners. There's a woman and a dude, and they're currently like taking the like belt and like boots and stuff off of a guard they've knocked out. So they're like looting this dude when you're like, that guy over there just hit me in the face with the baton. And they look up at you. And let's jump back to Lost before we come back and see if they give a shit or not. So, Mr. Lost, you were being escorted at sword point by the guards that were in the room. So there's 2 of them. There's the one that's got you kind of like right behind you and is pushing you. You have your hands handcuffed behind you. And then there's another guard with a gun a little further behind you in the hallway. And you see ahead of you a door open, and first you see the commander, you see the Taisa come in, but then you realize that she's got someone behind her and that it's Mr. Sakarian. He's got the gun pointed at her head. So Sakarian, you see Lost and his guards at the other end of the hallway. We have this moment where you both see each other.
Okay, so
and I think the guard grabs you, Lost, and like pulls you like close to him so that he can try to do the same.
So I'm just, you can like just see my eyes like over her shoulder, and I'm just talking into like kind of the nape of her neck, and I say, "Here's how it goes down. Your guards are going to release us. We're going to take a vehicle and some weapons, and we're going to leave. You can pursue if you like, I guess. I recommend you don't. No one dies. If this doesn't go down that way, I'm going to kill everyone. And it's going to start with you."
I think she says quietly, like, "I'm not afraid to die, but I would rather not." And she says to her men, she's like, "Let the prisoner go. And in Japanese, so Sakarian, you understand it, but they so the guard that is holding Lost is like, how can we trust this mercenary not to just kill all of us anyway? And I don't think she knows that you speak Japanese, but even if you do, she says to you, he doesn't believe you. He thinks you're going to kill all of us anyway.
Okay, as I understand that, then I say to her, in Japanese this time, I say, Votenhauer is a mercenary group. It's bad business to execute those that have surrendered. We will not do it. But at this point in time, you're going to have to take my word for that. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised when you realize this is a business transaction and not a massacre.
Meanwhile, in the massacre outside. But so, okay. So you want to convince her, I guess it's more her convincing her underlings to behave and to do what she wants. So why don't you roll a persuade? I'll give you a +2 because you have a hostage and everything. And we'll see if he lets Lost go.
While I'm waiting, I just have like a shady grin on, and I say,
What are we waiting on?
I mean, I need a roll. Roll a persuade.
Oh, what am I rolling? Oh, me.
Yeah.
I zoned out for a second.
Listen, these guys aren't going to persuade themselves.
Persuade, I got nothing in it. Do I get a plus for anything?
Yeah, you get the +2. Yep.
I say to the guard, yeah, you better listen to him, son.
Okay.
That's a +5 now, I think, right?
He probably just mutters under his breath, like, quiet you. Okay.
Sakarian, fucking so inconsistent. Always. Gosh.
So he
crits the tackle, reverse crits the other way. Good.
He says, he says to the commander, he's like, I'm sorry, Taisa. Dying in the name of our glorious invasion force is a good way to die. And he like draws the sword at his belt. And I don't know if you want to do something, but yeah, you hear the sound of him drawing the sword. The
second he draws it, I take it off her head, point, and I'm going to shoot him. But I say to her like simultaneously, like, he dies, not you. And then I'm going to shoot him. Okay.
So he's standing right behind Mr. Lost. So
a bad roll could hit Mr. Lost, right?
As I feel him drawing the katana, I see Mr. Az taking out moving the gun, and at the same time I like very forcefully try to push myself downwards because he's only has to with one hand now, right?
Yes. Yeah, he's got you.
Give me an opposed strength roll over there with an advantage or something.
Yeah, so what we'll do is let's roll we'll roll initiative, and Lost, if you beat, all I need to know is who goes first between Sakarian and Mr. Lost. So if you, what you want is for you to beat Mr. Sakarian. You want to be faster than he is.
Yeah, it'd be a 4.
Okay, so it happens at the same time. So he's going to have half the normal amount of cover he would. He would have had a +2 to his cover because you're dropping, but you haven't fully got out of the way as Mr. Sakarian is firing. So this guy's got an AC of 4. And then an extra 1 for Mr. Lost being partly in the way. So his AC is 3.
So it's a +3 to my roll then?
Yeah.
With just pistol, I'm 5. So
okay.
20 + 8.
That's right.
Hit.
Nice. Okay.
Okay. Fine, I forgive you, Brad. It's okay.
So roll. You can roll damage. The damage on a laser pistol is
1d6 + 1.
D6, I think. Yeah, D6 + 1. Yeah.
5.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, you kill him. So what does that look like? So this moment where it's like both of you spring into action.
I think it looks like a very coordinated military move. Like Mr. Lost is on top of it. It happens at the same. It's about as it looks more finesse oriented than I think it actually is.
Right, yeah. We got to see all the mechanics, but it looks like a planned maneuver.
Yeah. I think Mr. Lost drops and literally, the tail end of the light is just over his shoulder or whatever, but it bores out a hole in the guy's throat. He drops down and the gun goes back on her head.
Okay, so as that's happening, so it's all in cool guy slow motion, right? You fire the shot, it goes right through the guy's head.
Blood spatters on my back.
Yeah, he's dropping the sword as Lost. You're like duck rolling. What do you? Where do you end up? Like, which direction are you facing? Because there's another guard right behind him, and you have your hands behind your back.
I guess I can't. I guess it can't be so coordinated that like as the katana falls, it like slices my restraint.
Yeah, I mean, it could. It very easily could if you roll well. Do you want to try that?
Or just get like into your back.
Yeah, this is where you get a 1, you stand up and the katana's just sticking out of your chest.
It's fine. I have enough health to manage this. So that's also badass though. Like just like literally plants in her thigh and just like.
Yeah. Do you wanna make an acrobatics or athletics check?
Let me check if I have even a +1 in my athletics. I mean, is this something I feel comfortable doing? Well, I have 0. I mean, yeah.
So,
I mean, I feel the guy behind me.
Here's the thing: if you make this roll and you miss, then the sword probably like tags you on the way down. You'll take some damage and your hands will still be bound. If you get a 10 or better, it'll cut the restraints, dig into the floor, and you'll just stand up with both hands looking cool. In the middle, if you get like a 7 to 9, it'll cut the restraints, but it'll also cut you. You'll get both. Both things will happen.
And how many guards are there?
There's one guard directly behind you who's got a gun that he's like bringing up to bear.
I think it's worth it.
Yeah, you want to try? Okay, so it's going to be athletics or acrobatics, whichever, and then if you have a dexterity modifier, you have a +1 or whatever.
Yeah.
Good luck. Hey!
Fuck yeah!
Just about the best you
2d6
possibly
too?
do.
Wait, what?
2d6 +1.
5,
Oh
6
my God,
plus 1.
nicely done.
Nice.
This is the most badass moment in the history of all of like fucking roleplay right now. Like,
Yeah. So what does that look like? So
I mean,
just, like,
other than
he
one
gets-
shotting with the thunder gun and like, and then I guess my favorite moment is the dragons and the portal. I mean, I can go on, but
So he gets shot. He gets shot in the face. This is all happening in slow motion. So you're diving and rolling as he like drops the katana in front of him and like falls backwards, blood like trailing from the hole in his eye or whatever. And like as he's falling, we see Mr. Lost. What do you do? So you roll.
yeah, I like roll to the side and I start to twist and like I push my arms back a bit so that the katana like actually just falls in, and then I like rip forwards with my chest and like rip my arms away from myself. But one of my hands actually like goes to try and catch the katana so I can attack the guy behind me.
I think that's reasonable. Yeah.
yeah, if you're rolling 11, I guess.
You got 12. Yeah. So you grab the sword. It's upside down because it's falling down. You grab the sword so you have it like pointed at your elbow, and then you turn. You want to make an attack on the guy behind you?
Yes, I would love to.
So if you want to continue being extremely cool, hit and then kill him with this roll too.
I'll try.
It just rolls off.
So it's a D20, and if you have combat primitive weapons, it's that. And then his armor class is this guy's armor class is 6. So and he has no cover, so you add 6 to your roll.
Okay, so +6. Do I add dex?
No, if you have a strength bonus, you'd add that.
I don't think I do. I think I only have a dex bonus.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's actually -1.
Nice. You hit him.
Well,
So roll damage. The damage
I want to make a
for
cartoon of this moment.
beautiful. This ballet of blood. Let me check how much a
The
katana.
fact that she got an 11 and you said you need a 10 plus the sword to freeze her, she turns around, hits with the sword.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Roll this damage.
it's a monoblade, so it does 1d8 + 1.
You need like a 4 plus, right?
Yeah, these guys have. Oh yeah. So continue telling us about how
Christ.
face still streaked with tears from your impending doom before. What? Yeah, you kill this guy in one swing with his friend's sword before his friend's body even hits the ground.
Yeah.
What does it look like?
You know how they're trying to kill me? How they wanted them to like fall forwards on the sword?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's not gonna fall into my sword. I'm gonna make him come to me, but I go like from below. I like try and drive it like straight up into him. And so then by the time he loses like consciousness, he will be falling down onto the sword. And I wait for
cool.
it too, you know.
Cool. So you end up on the other side of the guy, and when we snap back to like normal time, both of them like hit the floor. So the guy that got shot in the face goes thump, and the other guy lands on top of him, and there's just like a splatter of blood on the wall from the arc of the sword. And now you and Mr. Securian are alone in the room.
Yeah,
in the
I just say like, "Fuck
with the commander,
Mr. S."
Yeah, that's right. You get the commander. Okay.
Yeah, he just kind of again says into the nape of her neck, like I'm like, nobody else has to die. We're gonna put you in cells. We're gonna leave you okay. If anyone else challenges us, you see what we're capable of.
Yeah, she's like you can feel she's trembling a little bit and trying not to be scared. But yeah, that was a hell of a thing. So yeah, so if you want, you can grab you've got the monoblade and you can grab the guy's laser rifle.
Yeah.
That he didn't have a chance to use.
Or what gun do you have, Mr. Zakarian?
Just a pistol, but he just he just says like, grab the rifle and let's just get him out of here. Let's get us out of here. And then I guess just I would take her to like some kind of control room or something like that where we could instruct, where I would assume that we can instruct the rest of the guards to surrender themselves.
Okay. All right. So you want to tell her to go there? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Do you want to make a public display of this? You know, put the camera on these bodies.
Oh, you say that?
Yeah.
Mr. Lust's fantastic idea. We'll maybe come back to that, but I think with her we can probably just do this internally.
Well, there is the broadcast room. You could take her there. That's where you just came from.
Oh, I mean, yeah, that works.
That
sure.
camera is plugged into the whole system. So
Sure. Yeah, it's a great idea. I changed what I said then. He would say something along those lines like, yeah, that'll work. We can make our announcement there.
Do you remember what the room looks like? Like if there's a back way out?
No, you didn't really see.
Okay.
But you can definitely.
We'll see when we get to the room before we decide to do it or not.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, so the system-wide alarm is going off now. We cut back to the yard, and there's like klaxons blaring. There's a voiceover basically saying like, everyone like put down your weapons and return to your cells. Lethal pacification methods have been approved. And we can see guards. We probably get like a quick montage of guards, like somebody swiping a key in like a chest or a locker opening, people grabbing assault rifles and like boots on the ground as they run to like go up the stairs onto the walls. So shit's getting serious. And Mr. Fugazi needs to try to make some friends, right? So you like turn around to draw attention to this guy who's been beating up El Tigre. And let's have you make that roll now, and then we'll take a break and see how it plays out.
What kind of a roll am I making, Adam?
Well,
one for your life.
Well, Mr. Fugazi, it's your favorite kind of roll. It's a persuade skill check. So let's see how this goes. So if you succeed, these guys will be like, yeah, cool, let's go help out El Tigre and this stranger, this gringo. Or
rolls without Mr. Higgins.
Yeah, or that won't happen. So let's see. All right. So a complicated success.
At the end, I was like, I can get you shit. I can also get you shit when this is over, maybe.
Do you need drugs? I have drugs.
I can make them.
All right, so let's grab our first break here. We got 2 more hours of Swan Song Stories. When we come back, and we'll see how Mr. Fugazi's new halfway friends turn out. Stick around.